Okay, let's see if we can find the video. Oh, now I can't get it in. Okay. Hey Beck, how are you? So I'm just going to add the video to August and July group. Oh no. Let's put it in July. Let's not. Okay. Oh, I meant to pin that. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with me today. Hello, Jacqueline. How are you? So, all of a sudden, my streaming software will only let me stream to 3 places, not 4. That's a bit dodge, isn't it? But it's okay because I can't see the comments in a million places. We are on YouTube and the Creative Family group today, and what I'll do is I'll put the YouTube video into the August and July groups straight after class. What are we up to? Oh, there, Quentin shared it. Quentin's phone is over on the desk over there, over on his desk on charge. I should put socks on. Accidentally spilt soup on my slippers last night. My feet are really cold because I haven't got socks on. Hello, Ree. How are you? So it's ScrapBox week. And Naomi John wants me to use the princesses. You know, so she wants Swan Princess, Snow Princess, and Runaway Princess. Yep. She thinks I should use the 3 princesses together. Now, I wanted to make like a mini bookie thing. I've got some white cardstock. But to use the 3 princesses, holy dooly. Hello, Quentin. How are you? My video has stopped. What the hey? Oh, my gosh. I love technology. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Hello, Mary. Let's see if we can play now. There we go. So let's make a base. And then she wants me to use the princesses before I add another princess, because Fairy Tale Princess is on the horizon next year. Fairy Tale Princess will come next year, not this year. I've not got enough time left in the year to release what I want to release. And yeah, I need a bigger space too. So let's make something that, because we've been talking a bit about the tall, long cards, you know, like 8x4. Been a little bit, that's been requested lately. So let's make an 8x4 mini bookie thingamajigger. So to do that, let's get a piece of paper and draw a mud map. Oh, actually, this is one of my layouts that someone asked me to scrap lift. Yeah. Right. That's not going to show up. I need a fat pen. That's something that's going to show up. This one shows up, doesn't it? I think this one does. Hello, Diana. How are you? Heading out. So if we do, I shouldn't really be drawing on the back of this, but she'll be right. better than the bowel cancer sample envelope. Could happily draw on it. No, I haven't done it yet. So let's go like 8 inches high and 4 inches wide. And are we going to put stuff on the inside? If we are, let's do like 1/4 of an inch gusset on the sides. Let's think about 1/4 of an inch to start with, because we're going to make like a mini bookie thing, and then we'll have a piece here and a piece here. So if we make this one the full 4 inches width, so we've got 4, we've got 8, 8.5. What does that leave us? That leaves us, this can only be 3.5 inches, because I'm not tacking cardstock onto cardstock. I don't know who is sending text messages at this time of the day. Hello, Karen, how are you? Like Karen's came up. Maybe because Karen and I are friends. Well, most of us are all friends on Facebook. Oh, I've accidentally put it on the main Facebook page. Whoopsie. Hello, Karen, how are you? I've accidentally clicked and put it on the main Facebook page. So that's okay. We're there as well. We're on YouTube. So I'm watching Creative Family Group because I've got streaming software just over here on the screen and on my laptop, and I can see, oh, hello, Margaret, how are you? Margaret's on the tube. I can see the names for the Facebook page and YouTube, but it just says Facebook user for groups. So we'll do that. That'll be our basic cover thing, and we'll cover both sides of everything. But let's make like a flippy out thing on this one. So if we make something that flips out here and we attach it like, let's just do a, this is so we know, we'll attach it with like a 1 inch gusset here. So it'd have to be only 3, the maximum we could make it is 3 1/4. So this flip out would be 4 1/4 by 8 inches, and it's got a 1 inch tab. Let's call it a tab. Gusset doesn't sound nice, does it? Okay. ScrapBox week, so use those scraps up. Yes. Definitely ScrapBox week. So this side's a full 4 inches wide. So what if we did like, what will we do on this side? I'm thinking we could do a waterfall in here. Like we could do a waterfall in here, but then we could have something that opens up before the waterfall. But we could have a piece of ribbon in here. And then maybe we do need to actually have a look at, yeah, how wide these are. Okay, so in the middle here, sorry, we do need to write a plan. In the middle, if we do like a waterfall, just a cheats waterfall that's got like a couple of pages. Let's do 4. And we make them like 3 1/2 wide and make them like 3 1/2 high. So we can accommodate a 3 inch by 3 inch photo with a mat. So these would have 3 inch by 3 inch photos. We're going to put photos on this. I know it's a card class, but we make mini books in class. Matted on 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. It's going to take a lot of paper. It's going to take a lot of time. But we're going to bust on through. We're going to production line our piece. Like, we're going to production line it so that it's something you can stop and go, stop and go. Let's do that. So if these are 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, we need to cut them. So these need to cut at 4 1/2 because they need a tab by 3 1/2. And they've got a 1 inch tab. So that's a waterfall inside there. And then if we want to have something that opens up here, do we want to open it up at the top? So that's going to create some depth. So waterfall creates depth. So we need to have a 1/4 inch tab, gusset, like a spine bit at the top. And then we'll have a piece that flips out. So let's make that like, let's make it most of the way down, but we want a nice stop. So let's make that 7 1/2 inches high, and then we've got a 1/4 inch there, so that's 7 3/4, and then we'll need a 1 inch tab, so it's 8 3/4. Holy crap, that's all I can't stock. By, and let's make it 4 inches minus a smidge. Trust me. Minus a smidge will work. Then let's do some bits that open out on the sides here. So they need to be 8 inches by, let's say, like 3 3/4 inches, but they need 1/4 inch tabs, don't they? Because of this. So the two bits that are going to come on either side of that, so they're 8 inches high, and they're going to be 3 3/4 wide. And then we're going to add a 1 inch tab, so 4 3/4. So they'll be 8 inches by 4 3/4 inches. So they're the bits that flip out on the side. Oh no. We need a 1/4 inch gusset, so they'll be 5 inches. Plus a 1/4 inch here and a 1 inch tab. So they'll be 8 inches by 5 inches, and there'll be 2 of those. And they'll come out the side. So I think what we need to do is make this, see this original spiny bit here, I think it needs to be 1/2 inch. So let's back step, and we've got 4 inches, 5 inches, plus 4 inches, it's 9 inches. So this can only be 3 inches wide. This piece here can only be 3 inches wide. So that means the flip out can only be so we're going to do 2 3/4 to here. So it needs to be 3 3/4. Right. This 8 is going to be minus a smidge. Okay. Have I lost everyone? Hello, Leanne. How are you? Let's go back over here. Oh, Quentin has, hello, Karen. If you wish to see all the message chats, try this link. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So does that make any sense to anybody? Probably not. There we go. That is one hell of a mud map. Let's start with our base piece. Now that we've worked out, we had to adjust it. So it's going to be a 12 inch by 8 inch high piece. Let's leave our map there. So this is 12 inches by 8 inches. Okay, let's score as we go. So we've got to come in 4 inches for our front cover. So 4 inches, it's a lot more than 4 inches. And then we're going to come in a 1/2 inch from that for our spine, because we decided to add stuff in the middle. And then we're going to come across another 4 inches from that to 8.5. And then we're going to come across another 1/2 inch to 9. So we've scored at 4, 4.5, 8.5, and 9. And see, they make. So now let me just do this as I go through. Actually, I'll usually use that one. I didn't give my desk a wipe down. Remember, sometimes I share my desk with my mixed media obsessed daughter. So that's our cover, like that. Was contemplating making a kit for this class. I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to finish it in one class. Rightio. So this is our base. There we go. Look at that. That's our base. So this is the Grange 300 GSM cardstock. When Gix was on, there was another store saying they had this, you know, awesome cardstock, and it was 280 GSM, and it was white. It's not as white as this. This is like a white. This is a proper white. As close to white as you can get. And they had theirs on special, 20 sheets for $18. Our regular price works out to be 20 sheets for $17. So next we're going to do, so how big is this scrap piece? Let's look at that and look at our map. So the purpose of the map is to give us the ability to make good decisions. So this flip up, this is 4 inches wide, right? So this flip up bit is 8 3/4 by 4 inches. So let's just cut that. So it's 8 3/4 by 4 inch minus a smidge. So let's minus just like a little tiny smidge off. Let's say a 1/16. Now that's 1/2 of an 1/8. Let's say a 1/16 is going to be our method of measuring a smidge. So then we're going to score this one at, and we're going to score as we go. We're going to score it at 7.5 inches and then 7 3/4 inches. Okay, 7.5 and 7 3/4. Maybe scribe free zones aren't a good time to do this, but so, oh no, Jacqueline's do it. Hello, Nikki. How are you? Too busy admiring the fact that I got this playing on my TV. Oh, that's awesome. Hello, Raquel. Oh, does that mean you're confused, Sandy? I hope that doesn't mean I've confused everyone already. So we're going to fold our score lines. And then this one is going to stick here. So how about we do that? I'm going to use... We're going to stick something over this so it's okay. Oh, geez, I knocked the light. Knocked the light, you know, the light controller on it. Flickered. So don't go right to the edge, okay? Otherwise you'll see your adhesive. Let's peel that off. Roll back in the bits where I went too far. My desk is clean because it was Super Saturday on the weekend and I just took all my stuff off my desk in to work and I sorted it out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to line up to just, not rolled in far enough, to just at the fold there and center it, okay? So we're going to line up just at, don't stick, just at the fold and sort of center it as best we can. So what we should have done is made a center mark on both pieces with our centering ruler. You know, it would be really good if I knew where it was. The new tea ruler. Has anyone seen it? No, I thought I brought it home. I think they took it out to work. Bugger. So there we go. Oh, I've got a little bit of adhesive not rolled in far off there. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to burnish that. I should have burnished the tape before I stuck it on. I'm just going to burnish that. And see, it sits inside the folds. See how, because we've centered it and we cut our smidge off, it's slightly to one side. Whoopsie. It sits inside the folds. So, oh. Okay, let's backpedal a second. We have the tea ruler. The one in the packet or the one not in the packet? I thought I bought the prototype home that I engraved wrong. Quentin. Love seeing the process. You tidied your desk up. Cannot find anything. Oh, yeah, that's exactly it, Mary. Okay, can anyone see the problem? I have actually made it upside down. You have both. Why do you have both? So I've actually stuck this upside down. So let's say our front cover piece. I was thinking I could use that tea ruler to just get these all straight. So this front cover piece is the short one. Yeah, you are special, Quentin. Your phone's just over there. So the short one's on the left and the long one's on the right. So stuck it upside down. We're going to adjust our design now. Oh my gosh. It's a day ending in Y. We'll adjust this bit here eventually. So the next thing that has to stick in is the bits that are in here that are going to open up, because we need to line this before we stick our waterfall on. So we need to start getting pretty before we stick our waterfall on. But we'll make all our waterfall parts first. We're going to do all the white stuff first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come along and write on these sections in pencil how big the piece is that's going to stick on there. And then you'll be able to take a screenshot and see how big you're going to go. That probably does look better like that. And so these are 1/2 inch, right, on these sides, and this is only 1/4 inch. Now that means that we get to put something on here as well. Take the piece off without too much damage. Yeah, I've burnished it now. Now I've burnished it, I think it's stuck. I think it's stuck. We'll keep this little piece for something. Okay. Let's make our 2 bits that are going to come out from here. that are gonna flip out in the middle, that are gonna be the little doors in here. Okay, so they are meant to be 5 inches by 8 inches. Now we're going to take a smidge off those, off the 8-inch length, so that it fits nicely in here up the top here. So we line it up evenly down the bottom, perfectly down the bottom, but up the top here, it's just going to be a smidge shorter so that we don't have any buckling just there. Like that. So we need 2 pieces that are 8 inches by 5 inches. So let's cut the 8 first. Eight by 5 and 5. Now we know we need to just wait a second. We needed to go 8 less a smidge. So we're putting it back in the 8 way, and our smidge is a 16th today. So we're just going to shave a 16th off those. And let's do it together so it's easier. There we go. So we've got the both of these, and we're going to come in. So we've got our inch for our tab, and then a 1/4 inch. So an inch for a tab and a 1/4 inch for our, like, yeah, expandy bit, sticky out bit. I've lost my words today. So we're going in an inch and then another 1/4. So we've scored it at 1 inch and 1 1/4 on both of those. Get rid of the scoreboard. If I didn't have the rig here, it would be a little bit easier. Yeah. And we're going to make the most use, or the best use, of these scraps. As we go, we're actually going to use them as best we can. We're not going to waste them. We're not going to add more to our scrapbooks than we need to. So you might find in your scrapbox that, and this is why we use the one craft now and the one white for our kits, so that your scraps are always the same. Oh, we do a little bit different in the last retreat, in the Snow Princess retreat. We had a couple of different pieces, but we do, with our weekly class kits, we try and just use one white and one craft and one particular black when we put black in, so that it's easier for you with your scraps, easier for me too. If we need something different, we put it in, obviously, or if we should try different things. I've got something different I want to try. I've got a new cardstock I want to try, and I'm going to get in. I'm going to trial it. I've just been a bit chicken. Cardstock's great, but you just got to be careful, because sometimes, oh, there you go. Oh, geez, that's been kiddified, hasn't it? Let's just rub that on the desk over here a bit, just to give that a clean, because I don't have carpet in my studio. Mad fool if I did have carpet out here, wouldn't I? Yeah. So we're going to stick this one here and this one here. All right. And they've ended up being the full width. Are they the full width? No, they're not. Dearie me. So let's put our tape on. So when we line them up, we're going to line them up at the bottom. So when I started my book, what I should have done is put an arrow pointing up on the front and the back. So I would say put an arrow pointing up, front and back. It's going to serve you a lot better if you do that. I'm not packing the trimmer up after each, the lopper chopper after each cut, sorry. Okay. You will notice on the online store that I've been going through cleaning up our database, and you will notice that that means that some things have gone up that I took down erroneously. We've checked all our kits. We're getting ready to go to Paperifics, so we've checked all our kits, and we found that we've got some kits we thought we didn't have, we've got, and some we thought we did have. Don't ask how that happens. So we're going to stick this so it's just inside that fold line, right? I'm going to line it up with the bottom, and we are going to try and cover the tab for this top piece. Let's burnish that on. Once it's burnished, it ain't coming off. No coming off once it's burnished. So let's do the other side. And yep, these raised bit, these are the same, but that's okay because they're both 1/4 inch. It's not like it's timber or steel. It's cardstock, so it's going to have some flexibility in it. So once again, lining this up with the bottom. I've thought about, doing more of it because I've done the mini bookie thingy. And we cut that with Rossell, but I've thought about doing, more things like this, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, this one, then this one. There we go. It's got a bit of weight about it now. Rightio. Are we going to put something here? We were, weren't we? Now this piece, let's have a look how wide this is. It's 4 inches. And this is 4 inches. But if we... Okay. Let's cut this one. So this is meant to be this one here. Now we got ourselves to the point where we said it was going to be 3 3/4 by 8, but we've got a 4 inch piece. So let's cut a 4 inch by 8 inch piece for our flip out. By the time we score it, she'll be all okie dokie. So this is 4 inches wide. Let's make sure 4 inches wide by 8 inches long. Make sure it's like the same length. Yeah, sometimes sometimes you measure on the line, covering the line, next to the line. Hello, Bronny. How are you? Hello, Natalie. Ooh, we have both. Just make sure no one else has turned up. Nope. Was it you, Natalie, that's going to Paper Olympic? I'm sure I saw someone comment the other day. I thought it was you that commented somewhere after a video. So we're going to score an inch in. So this is 4 inches by 8 inches, and we're going to score an inch in. The reason why I do an inch for these tabs, because I've got the cardstock, and also creates a bit more stability and means I don't necessarily have to use like red tape or glue or something like that. I can rely good quality cardstock, like a good quality and good thickness cardstock, and a decent tab. Like I know some people use like 1/4 inch tabs, but 1/4 inch just ain't going to cut it. So on this side here, let's put our tape. Which is bent. And after this, we will cut our pieces for our waterfall. So let's remove the tape. Roll in the ends that I've gone too far. There we go. So we don't want this to protrude. So we're going to line this up with, I hope there's enough contrast there between the white and the cream. We're going to line it up. We're going to center it because I've cut on the opposite side of the line. And we're just going to have a little tiny smidge of our line showing. And I will show you that in a second. So see how I've got a little tiny, oh, can you see that? A little tiny smidge showing. Just the tiniest little smidge. And that's so that when we close it, that's not seen. It's not like a bulgy outy bit. Yep, I am that obsessive. Rightio, let's put that away. And oh no, we don't put that away. We're going to cut. So that goes in there. So it goes here and here. So this is our little bookie thing. Right? We're going to do a waterfall in the middle. Could do a waterfall here, but it could create distortion. So let's do a waterfall in here. We're not sticking it on yet. We're actually going to make it and then cover this and then stick on the waterfall. Does that make sense? So we thought we'd accommodate 3 inch by 3 inch photos, and we'd make this 3.5 wide by 3.5 high. So then we get to see some of our pretty paper. No point putting pretty paper on. We're not going to see it. So if we make it, are we going to fit 4? Maybe. So we're going to cut pieces that are 3.5 by 4.5. Now, what have we got here? We've got a 4 by 4. So these are going to be used somehow. So what's the most economical way? Let's cut at 4.5 inches. And then we're going to cross cut 3.5. 1, 2, and let's just make 3. 3. Let's start with. Let's just make 3 to start with. So we're going to put them in so that they're 4.5 across. So it's 3.5 up and down and 4.5 across, and we're going to score them at 1 inch. So, yep, we're going to do the same thing again. We're just going to make sure we've got that extra security with the tab, but it also means we have a little strip there. So we can put like we can cut like a 3 1/4 by 3 3/4 inch bit, which is not too scungy to cut, but enough to get out of scraps. And we can stick that on there. Do you know what I mean? Like we can stick during my morning as I had a cancellation, so I start massages at 1. Oh, awesome. Well, no, not awesome, because cancellations aren't good. Hopefully it's not something devastating. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with these 3, and we're going to do a bit of a test drive just to see if they look nice. But by giving ourselves that nice little tab, I think 3's enough. Let's see. Let's have a look at this. Yeah. And then we'll line that up, match that there. And then we'll match that one there. We could get another one in. Do we want one more? It's not economical on cardstock, but I think one more is actually going to look better. So with our leftover piece, just wait. Brain just threw me a spin there. We need 2 more bits. No, we don't. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, we're on. So we need 2 more pieces. We need one more that's going to be 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So let's cut 3 1/2. So we're leaving ourselves a nice big piece left over. So a 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And what's this little scrap? And then from one of these pieces we have left over, so this one's our 4 by 4. Let's cut ourselves a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Trust me. So that's a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Right. Oh, Lisa. So this is our piece we just cut that's 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. It's our 4th piece of our waterfall, and we're going to put it in so it's 3 1/2 high and 4 1/2 wide. Hello, Emma. How are you? 2 more would be great. Yeah. Because I'm trying to visualize it when it's got paper on it. You've got to be careful with making things look dodge. Yep, that's a word, isn't it? Dodge. So let's fold this one over. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to apply the tape to these now so that they're ready to go. So don't go too close to the edge, otherwise it'll be seen. don't want it to be seen. Anyone going to hazard to guess how many photos we reckon we're going to fit in here? The waterfall's going to accommodate 9 to start with. So we'll get 9 3-inch by 3-inch photos in the waterfall to start with. I know this is a photo project on a card making class, but we do mini books in card making class, so. Where are we at time-wise? Well, not quite at the hour mark. Oh, we're doing well. And let's put a little bit around the outside of this baby. We're going to cut the middle out of this. Just so you know, we will be cutting the middle out of this to feed our scrap boxes. You can't use stuff out of your scrap box without feeding it at the same time. Is that how it goes? Okay. So let's pack the lopper chopper up for the moment. Let's put that there. Get rid of that. Let's get tidy. Right. So these are our waterfall to go inside. Right. So that's our waterfall pieces. So they are going to accommodate. So they're going to accommodate a 3-inch by 3-inch photo on a 3 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch mat. Not a mat, a mat. Whoopsie. 20. Reckon 20? I reckon you could be close. What was the cutter you were just using? Oh, so it is the Couture Creations Lopper Chopper. We're currently sold out. We should have more later this week. I meant to pack our order yesterday. I'm really hoping, I'm praying to the crafting gods that they pack our order today and we have more lopper choppers tomorrow or the next day, Wednesday or Thursday, Friday at the latest. So it's a Couture. We sell them for $99.95. They should be a bit dearer than that, but I think $100, $99.95 is enough to pay for a trimmer. So yeah, they are awesome, the lopper chopper. I love my lopper chopper. If you look up, it's a guillotine. If you look up lopper chopper in the online store. Actually, if you're there, Quentin, could you put a link up, please? Quentin, someone? Quentin? So this is on our waterfall. So we're going to put 3-inch by 3-inch photos on a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 mat. So then this little bit in here, we're going to use scrappy bits of paper, and we're going to use I always do the across measurement, the horizontal measurement before the vertical, the up and down. So it's across by up and down or horizontal by vertical. So they're going to be a 3 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch. The piece that goes on that, paper of some sort. So that's what's going to go on these little tabs. Okay. So that's our waterfall. Let's chuck that in the belly box over there. So these two are identical, right? These two here that flip out, they're identical. So they were like a smidge short of 8 by, I'm pretty sure 3 3/4 in the end, by 3 3/4. So that we keep a nice even white border all the way around, make that a bit of a feature. I'm going to say I'm going to cover all of these surfaces because it gives it strength. Lopper chopper. I love my lopper chopper. So these are going to accommodate a crossways first. They're going to accommodate a 3 1/2 inch by 7 3/4 inch less a 16th. Remember? Because these were less a smidge. So we'll do less a smidge up and down. Kneading it, yeah, I have not looked back, honestly, and they're self-sharpening and they're just the bomb. The amount of blades I used to go through, and I used to use roller blades because little point blades they're not robust enough for the amount of stuff I do, but the amount of blades I was going through was phenomenal. So this piece here and here and inside here, so we've got 4 of this 3.5 by 7 3/4 less our 1/16. So remember, we put our smidge, we put a measurement on it as 1/16. Hope this makes sense. Right. So that's that. This bit in here that our waterfall is going to sit on. So remember, this started off as a 4-inch wide by 8-inch high piece, but we've got these other bits here and here. So we're going to just so this is going to be an interesting measurement. We're going to still treat this like 8 inches high because it is, but acrossways we've lost about 1/8 of an inch, right? Acrossways, and we don't want to cut like a piece and have it with like a scungy bit of white, or have it that it gets caught up. Like, you don't want things when you fold them to get caught up. Really, we need to decorate this thing and not just spend the whole day making the base. So this is going to be my brains, 3 5/8 by 7 3/4 high. So we'll still get the height out because we sat this one up. We sat this one up out a little bit. And I know, okay. So I know with this one we sat it just in, but we sat this one up, right? And do you know why? Because it helps when people see it go, oh my gosh, there's something on the inside. I have to open it. There's something on the inside. It's not just, oh, it's just a card. It's not just a card. It's never just a card, is it? So that's for that bit there. And then, but when we stick it in, we're going to super stick that in with lots of tape all over so that when it sticks down, we can get a waterfall on, and our waterfall's not going to pull it away when we overload our waterfall. Okay, so this piece here, remember this was 7.5 high by 4 inches less a smidge across. So we're going to do 3 3/4 inches across. Did I show you that in a bit so you could take a screenshot? There you go. That's a screenshot of your center. Sorry. 3 3/4 across, lesser 1/16 smidge, so lesser smidge, by 7 1/4 high. Wondered what that was. It's okay, mix it. Less of 1/16. So our 1/16, remember, that's our smidge. Okay, so we've done this one, and it's the same on the back. So the back is the same as the front. So we could get like 2 photos there, 2 photos there, 2 photos there. What have we got? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, look, we could have like upwards of 30 photos on this. Okay. This portion here was originally 8 by 4 because it was meant to be our front cover, but it's probably worked out better because the flipper on the wider piece is better than the flipper on the skinny piece. So, you know, we've ended up with a with a nice flippy bit. So this was 8x4, but then we've come in just a little with this one. So we've come just a smidge in, right? So we're going to make this piece across. How much have we lost? We're going to make this, we're going to do the same. We're going to do 3 5/8 across, not 35/8, 3 5/8 by 7 3/4 high. 7 3/4 high by 3 5/8 across. And then this bit, remember it ended up being 3 inches wide. So we're going to do a 2 3/4 across by, and remember it was, well, it's actually a smidge short of 8 inches because I made a bit of a guff there, didn't I? By 7 3/4. And I might, yeah, check. I'm going to write here, check height, because I cut mine a little short. Check height. That's a note for me, not necessarily for you. Okay, so then this one, remember, ended up being, what did it end up being? 3 inches. So it's 2 3/4 inches across by, oh, I don't know what I was doing, the arrow, by 7 3/4 inches high. And remember, these two are identical and these two are identical. And then our back cover, so our back is 3 3/4 across by 7 3/4 high. So it's our back, our flippy bit there, and our front cover. So if you're going to put ribbon in, before we stick the back on, we put the ribbon across. And I stick the back with lots and lots of tape. If I forget to do that, please remind me. Rightio. So let's look at what we're going to put on this. What have I got to find? The princesses. Dearie me. She doesn't ask much, does she? Oh, princesses. Where's my bag of paper? This is my bag of paper scraps. See, I would like rather use that. Okay. Well, that's one princess. There's 2. Oh, look, I might just forego the princesses thing and base it on the princesses papers. Kind of. I better find some runaway princess, hey? That's Snow Princess. Oh, we don't have that. So we have checked some of our papers that were really, really extremely low. We've gone through and we've checked them, and you'll notice that a couple came live. First in, first served with that. Oh, there's a yellow sequin. Does not belong there. Oh, this is bigger pieces of paper. And then so I do have, you know, the fridge containers. These fridge containers. Oh, I don't have one of them. Stuff will fall over. So you know the Kmart fridge containers, the ones that used to be $5, now $6. I have the clip seal bags that we put our kits in. I have a bag for each collection with the scraps in. Obviously, Snow Princess hasn't made it there yet. So this is what you could do. Go through and grab out all the stuff that kind of goes, oh, that doesn't belong in there. I do have things to fussy cut in a separate place. Obviously. Oh no, this is the fussy cutting bag. So I have a tub. You know those 13-inch tubs? I have a tub where I put things to be fussy cut. So this is my not finished being fussy cut bag. Righto. I think... No, there's none of that. None of that one. So we're bringing in a bit of teal. I want to use that colour from Runaway Princess. Oops, I cut stone in it. See, look. Now, one of these Swan Princess we're nearly out of. I think it's paper 2 or paper 3. I think it's paper 3. But I got a couple of sheets of this. Now, Swan Princess always emerges when we do a ScrapBox week. So I do have some. Snow Princess was only just recently. Like, not last weekend, the weekend before. There we go. So we've got a bit of stuff. We'll add a bit of this purple from Dreamland. This is Snow Princess. This is Runaway Princess. I definitely think we need this for a dark. So you need a combination of lights and darks. BRB. Okay. Sorry I'm late. Hello, Debbie. How are you? And then I don't know about the down. That's Cutest Farm. Could get myself into trouble. Rightio. We don't want it to look like a dog's dinner, do we? And you don't want to have a paper that it appears in just one little tiny spot. It's got to have a bit of flow and a bit of... It's got to kind of work. So... where do we want to go from? So I've only got that much of that purple. So I could get, you know, this skinny bit here and like this bit here. Like I could do those two with the purple and then I could use the scraps somewhere else. And then I've got a fair bit of this. I've got a sheet and a bit of this from Snow Princess. So what I could do with that is I could use it to do like I could use it for like the photo mats on the waterfall and then say this bit here. But you know what would look really cool is when you opened it up, if you had this for that edge and that edge. So these two edges were this paper here. And then we could use the center for the back piece. That'd look nicer. Have to go catch up later. Okay, Sandy. Cool. Why don't we do that? So we'll put those two pieces there and there, these bits here, and then we'll use the center for the back, but we won't stick it on yet, the back. So 7 3/4 high. That's how far we need to go. So 7 3/4 high. This is Swan Princess number 1. So the front one is 2 3/4 wide. So when you've got something that's like a framey type design, this is what you can do. And then let's flip this over, and this one's 2 3/4 as well. Oh, that's a bit arsey. Sorry. What language that is it? That. Maybe we do that there. No. So to get the middle, let's get our centering right. So this is a creative ruler, remember, designed by myself. And let's line it up till we get it in the center. And let's mark the center, right? So 3 3/4. What's half of 3 3/4? It's like 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 1 7/8. Yeah, 1 7/8. It's about it, isn't it? So 1 7/8 is like, yeah, it's an 1/8 of an inch short of 2 inches. So what we're going to do is line up our center mark at the 1 7/8 mark. So I'm kind of guesstimating here. I've done this on the back, and then flip it over and do 2 3/4. No, 3 3/4. Sorry. Gee willikers, 3 3/4. So we found the center, lined it up where it needed to go on the trimmer, sort of, and then flipped it over and did our final cut. And that's got that basically in the center. And that can go on the back. So I'm going to pop that up here. Let's stick those 2 bits on. Better to stick as you go, because that way what happens is you see what it looks like. And you can go, okay, if you're wary of something and dubious and go, oh, I know I need to use it, but really, do I really want to use that there? Don't stick it down. If you've got any misgivings, don't stick it on. So centering that, I think that's right. Just got to commit to the stick. Holly is watching me make the book. Oh, Bronny's baby Holly is watching me create. It's not showing me all the chat. I can only view my questions. Hello, Christine. Can someone put a link up to the Creative Family Group video? Emma's watching on the Facebook page. Quentin, are you there? Can you put a link up to the video in the Creative Family Group? Please. Pretty please. And then let Emma in if she's not a member of the Creative Family Group. Hopefully you're a nice person, Emma. Okay. So we've got that in 3 places, right? And we've got a little bit left. She's cool. So then, what do I think to put in here? Oh, I was going to put that there. But what if we did this bit here and a bit here? Because then we might put another paper over the top of that again. Okay, so these two I've stuck on. I'm not going to hack holes in those because I'm not going to stick anything over the top. They're there and that's it. Whereas if I put a piece of this on the front cover, this glitter, I know I will most likely stick something over the top of it. So therefore, I'll cut the middle out of it. Or not stick it on straight away. Now, I've hidden the size of these two measurements. So what were they? They were 2 3/4 by 7 3/4, weren't they? So let's just 7 3/4 inches. By 2 3/4. 1, 2. Where are we at? You know what I'm going to do? So we're just going to cut a couple of bits now. So that one's going to go there. And I'm going to put this on the front. But I think I'm going to put a piece of this on top of it. So then I would like a piece of this one in here, I think. So it's on the front. And then it peeks out here. And then what we might do is use this for our photo mats. So this bit here needs to be 7 3/4 high. So we work from our largest piece. So 7 3/4 inches by 3 5/8. 3 5/8. So it's halfway between 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. Sorry, mind went blank. So that one's going to go there. All right. Then, so this was 2 3/4 by 7 3/4. So we need like a 2 1/2 by 7 1/2 to stick it like that. And then all of our photo mats, remember, we're going to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches, right? So let's start by getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this bit here. Let's start by getting 5 of these photo mats for the front and then see where we go from there. So what were they? 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Got 3. Which way is up? It's up. Oh, they're squares. Dearie me. Four. That wasn't economical. 5. So that's 5 photo mats. I'm going to cut the innards out of those. And then let's have a look. Does this match? Kind of. Maybe. If you squint your eyes enough. Maybe not. need something else to mat our photos. What did we have for the other side? Because we're kind of out of that. Does this match? Oh, I've got more scraps for that. So we need another 4 photo mats. This is square. Go catch up later. Awesome. I can't wait to see what you do with it, Mary. So let's keep going with our 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. We need 4 more. 1, 2. This is not straight. This one. So let's line up. Well, is that straight? Oh, that's straight, that edge. We had one straight edge. Someone put a link up. Only allows me to report comment. It won't actually let me do anything else. Oh. Quentin, are you there? Quentin, 3, 4. So that's 4. Does this match? This is tropical ambience. Maybe not. Okay, we've got this. We've got a heap of these. What if we used this? Because we've got this strip. How wide's it? It's not the right width. Because we need 4 strips that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. But if we use that for the strips, what would we... Like, does it go? Kind of does. Could cut that. Put that like on the inside here. And then these 2 insides. Do we have enough for that? We do. We do. So we do these 2 insides here. And the inside of this flip bit, and then the under bit of here with this Runaway Princess. This is paper 1. So these pieces need to be 3 1/2 by 7 3/4 less our smidge. So let's do it this way. 7 3/4 inches less 1/16. You go too fast for me now to keep up with measurements. Oh no, sorry. So this is 3 3/4 less our 16th. So we're doing the inside of this one and this one. 7 3/4, sorry. And we're going to do 3 1/2. So I'm going to do 1, 2. 2 of those. So they're going to go inside here and inside here. Make sure they're the same way up. And then this one inside here needs to be the same as this. So it's 7 1/4 high by 3 3/4 wide less a smidge. So let's do our 7 1/4 high. 7 1/4 high by 3 3/4 less our smidge, which is a 16th. There. And that's going to go in there like that. And we're going to stick these on in a minute. And then what were these 4 bits we needed? 3 1/4 by 3/4. Okay, Quentin is here to help you. No, it's not Chris, it's Emma. Quentin, you're meant to be helping Emma. Oh, Quentin, can you hear? His phone's here. Honestly, So is this one square? That doesn't look square down the bottom. Let's straighten that up. So let's cut 3 1/4 wide. Oh no. The wood's going that way in our design. Let's use this skinny strip. Oh dear. How do I get 3/4 inch wide? How wide is this? Okay, how to describe this? I'm just going to... I'm just going to have a mini... Someone at Quentin's work has been sick, and I had a headache yesterday morning, and Quentin did as well. So our chemist has given us something to fight it, because he agreed that we were fighting something potentially. And he has and yeah, it's made me a little bit foggy, I think. Right, so I'm just going to get the link for Emma. When you click on the link, Emma, you'll have to join the Creative Family group. Oh, wrong Emma. Oh, and it doesn't give me the Emma shawl that we want, really. Sorry, I'm just putting in a link for Emma to Creative Family group. And Emma, if you go to that group link, I will keep the members page open, the add member page open for you to keep an eye out for you. And just leave a comment when you're ready, when you've asked to join. Let's do anything else yet. So we want to cut. Let's get the little trimmer. Okay, we're gonna the only thing the lopper chopper doesn't do is 3/4 inch strips. So we need 3/4 inch by 3 1/4. So I'm going to cut 1, and we need 4. So let's just cut 2 strips of this. And I'm being pedantic, yes. Having the timber going the same way. Yes, I know. I am that nutty. And then let's just get the other one back, because this will make too much noise. So 3 1/4. 3 1/4. I do like that there's a guard on this lopper chopper. I am terrible for accidentally cutting myself. burning myself as well accidentally. So let's put them. So there go. They go. I'll show you exactly where they go. They go in here like this. Like that. How beautiful is that? Hopefully that gave you a chance to catch up, Jacqueline. Sorry. So now we need to work out what's going to go behind our waterfally bits. So what about we stop and do some sticking? And then we can see what our colour mix looks like. Okay. Whoops, went over the line there. I'll have to fold that in, won't I? I'm trying not to go too fast, but I don't want you guys to have to be here forever and a day. I don't want this to be a 10-hour video, because we all remember the Lemoncraft mini book that was 3 hours. I sat for 3 hours straight teaching. I made a book from scratch. I need to do another one. I need to do more. So I've got that barcode up the top. So there. That 3-hour Lemoncraft class was when Noah had COVID in 2022, March 2022. Look at that. Once you stick it on, it just doesn't, there's no words to describe how awesome it is. Let's put this one the same way up. Okay. No words can describe how fabulous it looks when you start getting it covered. It just completely changes the whole mix, doesn't it? Okay. And then that there. Let's get rid of our mat for the moment. And a ruler. Let's tidy up. Stick these bits in. Yellow would be a nice contrast. Naomi John would use the yellow. So don't forget, Naomi John's class is on Thursday night. She was just too tired last night. We're very committed to doing some edits to our inventory, like cleaning up our database. Each of us has been doing a different role, but we are trying to get rid of all the old database entries for product, that we don't have anymore and aren't getting anymore. So remembering, in November, the store will be 21 years old, and we have used a proper database file, like a proper register file, from day one. We used to use My Retail Manager. Now we use, I think I've got that kind of wrong. I've got that measurement a little skewy there. So yeah, I do this all the time, but it's just a bit of a job at the moment. We just haven't done it for a while. So we're going to cut the middle out of this piece of the purple glitter from Dreamland. Thinking I might need those butterflies. I do like them. And then we're going to stick this piece on it. This is non-contagious glitter. Die cuts better. Doesn't leak glitter on you. I've buggered the measurements up somewhere. It's okay, Jacqueline. I don't know how we wouldn't bugger up the measurements, honestly, between the pair of us. Thank you, Lan. We do try our best. Oh, look, that's the end of that one. We try our best. It is a lot of work. It's worth it for you guys. Our customers are wonderful. It is the 1st of August. Please don't hold it against me if 1, 2, 3 challenge doesn't go up today. I keep changing my mind about what I want to put in the prize packs to send out for 1, 2, 3. I have designed a heap of stuff, and then I go, oh, I'd like to do this instead. And yep, I need to stop reinventing the wheel. Making sure the writing's the right way up. That the book's the right way up. So see how I didn't clean my desk properly from my little friend helping me, and I've got some little marks. It's okay. It'll annoy me, but right, that's where we are so far. So we open this and open this. That's impactful. And then open that. And then when we open this up, there and there. Okay. So let's stick our bits on our waterfall. Let's make our waterfall elements, and then what we can do is we can see what we want to see, decide what we want to see behind it. So is that 3 inches wide? Yep. So what did we work out? We needed 9 photos that were 3 by 3. Yep, they're going to be fake. 9 fakey photos that are 3 inches by 3 inches. Don't stress about the black cardstock. It is left from an art project by Naomi's. And I can guarantee you that Milton and Naomi did not cut. I think in the end they were just getting sick of cutting pieces of black cardstock, so they weren't exactly cutting them perfectly. That's close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah. So what she did was she took letters that Soul Jazz had written home, and there were wills and all sorts of things that were in the barracks. So they were in the barracks where the university gallery actually is now. So it's 8. We need 1 more. And she took those letters and she scanned them, and then she laser engraved the letters onto handmade paper, and she had taken like the waste paper, paperwork, rubbish paper from her brother's work, but mostly from the university. And she had made handmade paper with that, and then she'd laser engraved the letters on it, and they were meant to have like this behind them on the window, but then what she did in the end was she backed them to each other and stuck them to the window, so the light sort of came through in the end. The lecturer said, oh, you need to put black behind it. So they organised the black, or Milton helped her, and then the lecturer changed her mind. So yeah. How's everyone going? I don't know if we got Emma into the class. I'm not sure. Just going to go and check if she's trying to get in the group. Got the tab open now. No. So if you've got a friend that's trying to get into the Creative Family group, can you let them know they actually have to read the thing about being nice and not being spammy? And they actually have to agree to it. I'm really sorry, but they have to agree to it because, yeah, I don't like hearing, well, I didn't agree to that, so if you didn't want me in here, you shouldn't have let me in here. They have to agree to it. So these are all our 3 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch photo mats. And we're going to cut the middle out of all of them. And, you know, yes, we're feeding the ScrapBox still. But look, there's a butterfly. I didn't know what was going to be on the back of that. Let's just be honest. I'm being brutally honest there. So you can do this nice and neat with a craft knife. Not with your lopper chopper. It won't do it. Because it won't not cut a piece. But you could definitely do this a lot neater than I am. But I'm just kind of rushing here. Just getting it done. Because this is paper 5 from Snow Princess, half of it's going to have something on the back and half of it's not. Half it's going to be pattern like this. How am I going to embellish this book? Are we going to embellish it in class? We're at the 1 3/4 mark. I think we might pull up stumps at 2 1/2. I think that'll be plenty. I think I'll need a rest at 2 1/2, won't I? So let's stick our photos to our photo mat. So we're production lining this. So you know how we talked the other week, well actually some of you weren't there, if you were in the July class subscription group, we did talk about November. I'm not going to say what we were talking about, but I have had other thoughts if you were in on the discussion. Other thoughts about what we're going to do in November. Similar, but yeah. Just want to do something. We won't be doing Advent from another brand this year, I don't think. I'm not sure. At this point in time, probably not. Doing an Advent from another company. Okay, now let's put some tape on the back of those. So these are sort of production line activities where you just, you know, taping, taping, taping. So you could probably leave the middles in if you were just making a blank book for someone to add photos to. Yes, Maddie. Sorry, that's Madeline now. But taking the middles out alleviates a lot of weight. Jeez, this is tight this year, isn't it? I used to use tape runner, the 3M stuff, the red runner. That was the bits of tape, not the gluey ones. The gluey ones don't work really well here. So this is our bottom photo. So we're gonna stick. We've already got tape on the back of it. let's stick a photograph. Oh, let's cut the middle out of it because we don't need the middle in it. Put a photo on it. What doesn't matter, it's square. So that one will go down the bottom. Right. So each of these, and these are our little strippy bits. Let's put tape on the back of our little strips. Our little decorative strips. Right. So our pieces are going to go like this. Our glue's there, our tape's there, not glue, tape's there, and they fold up, okay? So the side that doesn't have the tape on it, so we've already taped them, remember? We're going to stick our little pieces like that. And because we've done it with the timber going across, like the rest of it, it's okay because we don't need to make sure that the lines between the timber are all lined up on it. Yeah, I'm that obsessive. I think it's worked, but I missed the last 20 minutes. Oh, no. But yes, you are in the group now. Awesome. 2 big boxes just arrived. 2 big boxes just arrived. Oh, I know what that is. Oh, maybe I don't know what that is. Could be one of 2 things. Okay, we just covered up the what it is. I haven't done much in 20 minutes, Emma, honestly. Rightio. So let's put our photos aside and our waterfalls, because I think if we stick these on first, we'll get a better idea. So let's sit these here and our photos. Okay, so in this middle, it's very teal, isn't it? So we want to look at this and look at where we want to go. So we still have these 2 fronts, this one and this one. And we still have this bit in here. So what if we did use the butterfly? Just saying. I like the butterfly. It's a piece of paper 3 from Snow Princess. I think I like the butterfly. So before we do anything, we need to cut. So these ones are 3 3/4 less a smidge. And this one is 7 3/4 less a smidge. Wow. Tongue-tied now. So this is 3 5/8 wide by 7 3/4 high. So this is our largest height. So let's cut it first. So we need 7 3/4 inches by 3 5/8. So 5/8 is halfway between 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. So that's going to be under our waterfall there, right? Beautiful. And then these are 3 1/2 by 7 3/4 less a smidge. So let's just do our less a smidge off here. 7 3/4 less a smidge. 7 3/4 less a smidge going in this direction. By, what was it? 3 1/2. So we need 2 of those. 3.5 and 3.5. See, I was determined to get that butterfly in. I don't know about this purple now, but she'll be right. Actually, it goes with it. So let's stick these babies on, and then we're going to build our waterfall. I really want to decorate this, but I really don't think I have time. I really might have to come back another day. Another time. Are you there, Quentin? I think Naomi and I are going out on Saturday night, so I can't do Saturday night. I think we are actually going to go to the movies, her and I. I don't know if Quentin's coming. Noah's not now because he's already seen the movie. We wanted to go to Barbie. But Noah went on the weekend with his friends. That's okay. I love it. That one's in the middle. Let's put the other butterfly here. Love, love, love. And then this one goes in here. So it was 3 5/8 by 7 3/4. Right. So remember, we needed to stick it down really well so our waterfall doesn't rip it off. So I'm going to get, yeah. This is really wide tape. I love it when I have an opportunity to use this. I ran out of the other stuff. Look at that. 2 runs and there's a sick on that emerged. Normally at work on a Tuesday, but out at Texas this week. Oh, thanks, Joanne. Enjoy it out at Texas. Bet it's cold. So let's, so remember we took a little bit off this one. Not going to see much of this butterfly. Just going to be hints of butterfly. Look at that. Okay. So when we stick this on, let me just do a test drive, a very crooked test drive. So you've got to give yourself a bit of a chance to make sure you get it kind of right. And when we put this one under here, where is it? There it is. It's there. Okay. So let's put this one here, a little tiny border. Oh, I think we've eaten up our, I think we might need to rip off that piece of butterfly. I don't think it's going to fit. Oh, it's just. Oh, it's just. So let's stick our bottom photo on with an even border, bottom and sides. Cooler today, but have a fireplace, so lovely night. Oh, bring in the tape. Definitely bring in the tape. That's what it is. So we're going to do an even border on the bottom and the sides, right? It's only a smidgy-roo border. Just only a little smidgy border. Oops. It's cute there. Okay. So next, we're going to put this one in. And we're going to butt that up to that. And try and keep it straight. Yep. So Quentin, do you think we could continue this at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning to decorate it? And then we're going to butt this one up, and we're going to try and keep it straight as we go up. I know that's a hard look. Thank you, Quentin. I don't know if he can hear me. I really don't know if he can hear me. We don't have any speakers on the computer at the front at work. Register computer. Oh, this is our back page. I'm just going to type a comment here. Okay, I've put a comment up now because I don't think he can hear me. Thank you, Jacqueline. It is going to take some time to put together when you go to make this. So this last one, when we go to stick it on, we're going to line it up here nicely. We're going to just look up here and make sure, oh, that's pretty straight. We got more gap at the top than the bottom. She'd be right. Rightio. Let's stick our photos on, our fake photos. That photo is crooked. Oh, look, it's bright. Oh, I think this is the project of all projects. You know, it's just meant to be a simple card making class. I think that's right way up. Have to go out, but we'll watch again on replay. Awesome, Margaret. I think, Margaret, what we're going to do is do a, we're going to decorate it on Saturday. I'm thinking Saturday morning at 10 o'clock we come back and we decorate, like we embellish the book and add the rest of the photos. And because we're at the 2-hour mark now. That might give some of you a chance to like at least get your base made or some of the bits done. Geez, it looks good once you start sticking bits to it, doesn't it? Let's go from the top now. I love how just the addition of some paper, just trying to make sure the writing's the right way out. Can't even see it, really. I can see that it's there. Hello, Diane. Very, very late. Usually you'd be here watching replay. Yeah, I don't know. So this is not like a pull cord, you know, a pull the tab waterfall. This is like a cheats waterfall. That's what I call it. That's okay. Let's have rightio. I forgot 2 bits. Thank you, Diane. So this is going to go on the back. Rightio. That's our back. I like that. What do we do that? I think we do that, turn it upside down on the back. So let's just put a tiny bit of tape. Just going to chuck a little bit of tape in the middle because we want to pull this up to potentially put a piece of ribbon on the back. A ribbon around it to hold it. String. Okay, so it's just got a tiny bit of tape in the middle. Right. Butterflies. I don't have enough. We'll find something. So open that up and open that up. Okay, so you can see. So open it up and I open that up and then this opens out. That's pretty wild, that glitter. We need something on that. And then we got that one. And then we open this one and this one. And then we've got our waterfall. Like that. I think we need little strips here. And I think we're going to, oh, no, we're not going to use glitter. We could use one bit of glitter. What are we going to put here and here? What are we going to put? Wrong colour. Wrong. Not really. I have more of this, or I could get more butterfly. Let's just make that decision before we truck off. Oh, I do have this. This is paper 1. From Snow Princess. What if we put that there and there? And then we could use it to mat the photos that go in a few places. So what we're going to do is use these leftovers like as photo mats. We don't have a lot of this, but we are going to use this little piece like this. We're definitely going to use this somewhere because it's the middle out of this bit here. So we're definitely going to use it there. Let's just cut this first. So the bigger piece is this one. So this one needs to be, so we covered up the measurement. Of course we did. Of course we covered the measurement. Where's the pencil line? What a mess. I was being clean. So this needs to be 3 3/4 inches wide by 7 3/4 inches high. Because it is actually part of our original base. This. So it needs to be 3 3/4 by 7 3/4. But then this is smaller. So we'll cut this bigger one first. Just love how it has come together. Might have to give it a go when I get some spare time. When I get my weekends back. Yep. How much longer for netball season? So 7 3/4 by 3 3/4. I don't think that's right. Yes, it is. Correct. And then, so that one goes on there. And then the other one we need is a 3 3/4 by 7 1/4. I don't know which one. So let's go 7 1/4 by 3 3/4. Oh, is it 3 3/4 less a smidge? So 3 3/4 less 1/6. So this is the inside one. So let's tape it up and stick it on while we've got our hot little hands on it before we forget which one's which. I'm going to accidentally try and stick things in the wrong place and then have to rip them up. And so I'm thinking, because we've got those butterflies, I did have a leftover butterfly somewhere this morning on my desk. So that one goes in there. We might put something in there, but we might not. And then this one goes on here. Thinking butterflies, and definitely the Runaway Princess flowers, those beautiful purple flowers. I'll show you them. I do have some, I have the Fussy Cut Essentials, and I do have, so probably a good idea to come along and burnish all these stuck down bits, like where you've taped things on, is come along with your bone folder and just give them a good burnish so it doesn't come apart. Shouldn't do because it's expressive tape, but I still like to give myself a little bit of a burnishing insurance policy. Oop, I moved it. Oops. I will be honest, I am not perfect. Anyway, let's just move the rubble over there. Oh, see, I like that. I don't know why this keeps sticking down. I think it keeps suctioning down. It keeps suctioning down because that's not stuck on. So we open here and here. Love it. Love, love, love. That's got to be backed up with something else. Beautiful. Open, open, and then we've got our awesome waterfall. There we go. So right. So this is how I keep. So these are only available at, they are the Decor number 1498. They're 11 inches by 11 inches, so 2.5 litres. They are only available at Drake's stores. The Drake's stores. Did you know that Drake's is the largest independent retailer owned by a single entity in Australia? Or the largest supermarket in Australia owned by a single entity. So, or owned by a company. I have one with fussy cuts in, and I do have my picture cuts in another one. And then this one is just leftover colour cuts. You know how you might have 2 bits from this one, you might have 1 bit from that one, and you might have a couple of little pieces, and you know, you'll recognise some collections. You know, there's a day to remember, and then there's a piggy from Cutest Farm. So I'm thinking I do have, there's a butterfly. Here's a butterfly. The butterfly is from Snow Princess. So the butterfly goes with that. So definitely going to have to use the butterflies somewhere. And I do have some of these flowers, but I actually think that, and I bet you I don't, these ones. These ones are Runaway Princess. I actually think these flowers, so I love these flowers. I use them all the time. I think Runaway Princess flowers would look good. And maybe a couple of, that's Flower Power. So I might do a bit of a combination of different flowers. And then I did have here somewhere. Oh. Maybe John wants me to use a lipstick. Yep. Definitely going to have to put some sequins on, but I did think about a chipboard word like friends or believe. I had to buy these at work because I didn't have any spare ones at home. Or memories. And you can put memories up the side. You know. I don't know. Family. There you go. But something like we'll use some flowers somehow. And then we'll do a bit of a something like that. Okay, I better read the messages. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jacqueline. Looking forward to seeing the finished book. This would make a great Christmas gift. Oh my gosh, Leanne, it would make a wonderful Christmas gift. Even like a brag book for a new grandma or grandpa or, you know, all my favourites, says Bronnie. Yep. Love, love, love. So, I don't think that was quite there. But yeah, maybe we could do something. I don't know. I know it's girly, but it is what it is. So that's where we're at. And we're going to come back on Saturday at 10 o'clock and finish it. I don't know if we'll stream in 3 places, but when I finish it on Saturday, I will be at work, I'm pretty sure. So I'll finish it from work on Saturday. It just means I just pile up my crap and go in all my stuff, my good stuff. Look at this, I've got a bit of cleaning up to do. I do also have, I'll show you the other thing, because we've been a lot of questions about storage. So all the leftover beads and sequins, some of them I keep them in packets if I can. Otherwise they just end up in one of these. These were 2 for $1.75 at Kmart. I don't know if they still are. One with gauze. So I'll have to put some gauze on here because it's, you know, all the leftover little bits. Some of them I've already coloured. Some of them are not. I don't know why it doesn't want to close. There we go. And then this one is the words, the letters off Out and About, because that's off the Out and About paper. And then these are off Robot Antics, and this is from the Tranquility paper. Some stuff from Lemoncraft. There's a bit of Lemoncraft in here. A bit of Lemoncraft everywhere. But yeah. So, oh look, one of the work papers in Flower Power has words on it. And then these are, that's Scrap Boys, Lemoncraft. So when I need like words or these little Scrabble letters, I just dig into that one. And then I've got another one with the words from Colour Cuts. So this one's got colour cut words and fussy cut, and some fussy cut words. These are from Grunge Street. And then these are just the words out of the colour cuts. So when I need a word, I can just grab, you know, and you usually have like 1 or 2 left from a pack. So there we go. We'll talk a bit more about that. I am trying to answer everyone that commented on the post in Creative Family Group about what you wanted. So I'll pop these back. Anyway. And yeah, I will come and comment on that. You're welcome, Leanne. You have a great day too, Bronnie, and you too, Beck and Jacqueline. So thank you everyone for watching. That's okay, Karen. Thank you. Thank you all for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it so far. And what we'll do is we will add we'll decorate our book, add more photos, and decorate our book on Saturday at 10 o'clock. So I can't say I'm going to get time to have a look at it and work out what I'm going to do, but you never know. Never know what's going to happen around here. You too, Mary. You have a wonderful day. So thank you all. Take care. Stay safe. And thank you for being very patient with me today. Thank you, Joanne. And thank you, Emma. Take care. Bye.